Welcome back to Munchies with Munchies, the only show where you can munchy with Munchy. Here, we're going to be making a recipe brought to us by Hell No Fresh on the PCB voicemails, and I'll be showing you how to cook the delicious, incredible peanut butter ramen. And so I made a few adjustments to the peanut butter ramen formula, as well as I'm in England and we couldn't find red pepper flakes or sesame seed oil, so we're just going to listen. You don't come to this show for recipes, you come to this show for the pure, unbelievable sexiness that is being a chef. That's all you care about. That's all cooking shows are. It's not actually about how do I mix olive oil? It's about being like, oh, I wish I was that person. So you're gonna wish that you were me right now. So first off, we're gonna be cutting off some scallions right here. What are they called? Spring onions? That doesn't even make any sense. So you got like two little, I don't know what you call them, stalks, vines, whatever. Usually for myself, I just get two. So I'm gonna do like an extra one because I'm cooking for me and Hippo right now. And you know, I've seen people who don't know how to cook it. I've seen people who don't know how to handle vegetables or cut things. My friend Leif got a tomato, and he was so he was trying to seesaw this fucking tomato. You don't do that. You cut. It's not a big deal. No one's gonna cry. No one's gonna scream at you. You're just gonna cut some vegetables, and you're gonna cut these spring onions. It's not a big deal. Fun fact: I accidentally cut myself one time doing this exact same thing, going really fast, trying to speak to myself, pretending that I was doing a recording of a show, and then I got myself hurt and I talked about it. Well, that doesn't matter. I didn't even watch these vegetables, but no, that's fine. It doesn't even matter. This may seem like a lot, but trust me, once we put it inside of our soup, it will look like less than a lot, and you'll be like, oh, I wish I had more. So we're going to be cooking, we're going to be doing two things with these. First of all, we're going to be putting the whites down here. We're going to separate these whites, and then we're going to put these whites, the lighter colored ones, in our soup while it is boiling. And we're going to save some of these. We're going to maybe cut this in half and put some of these in there as well. We're going to save the rest of these so they're crispy and crunchy once we're done with our soup, and we're going to put it on top. Next, we're going to need to cut our bacon. But I'm trying to think about... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to cut my bacon next, because bacon usually takes a little bit to cook. And so we're going to make sure that is cooking while you can prepare the rest of what we're going to be doing with our soup. And so there's going to be two elements to this. You may remember from the Hell No recipe there is no bacon, but I thought the bacon just sounds right and sounds nice with peanut butter. You know, peanut butter and bacon, they go nice together. So they're just a sort of saucy, or not saucy, but a savory sort of thing that you chomp into while you're making spoonfuls of ramen. And you're like, a little bit of bacon, it just sounds right, and it is right. So there's a little bit of extra salt in there because it's already salty when I go even further. So we're going to get this bacon right here, and so we're going to use the bacon. Also another thing, a reason why I add bacon to this recipe is because beautifully, when you have bacon and you need to get the bacon grease, so you just accumulates after you cook bacon, then we can use that bacon grease to fry our egg, and that frying of our egg will be absolutely delicious and incredible when we add that to our ramen recipe. So we're going to be taking this out right now. I'm trying to think about how many people this will be accommodating. I'm going to do about 4 slices of bacon. Oh god, they're connected. Oh, oof, oof. What even is this? This doesn't even make any sense. This isn't like lines. This is barbaric. This is insane right here. But you know what? That's fine, because I'm insane too. We're just going to be getting strips of bacon right here, and I believe I said 4, so we're going to do 4 strips of bacon, and I'm going to be cutting them up, and I'm going to be frying them in a pan right over there, as you can see. So as soon as I get these out of here, I'm going to... Here's a little thing you need to know about me. Here's a little bit of a, a Tinder, oh, this is what's on my Tinder profile. Long walks on the beach? No. I have an obsession with washing my hands. You may think to yourself, well, anyone would wash their hands after bacon. But no, you don't understand. You know how paper towels that I go through? My process is unbelievable. I go through entire rolls of paper towels while I'm cooking anything. There could be a recipe that's you can add cheese and crackers. You get cheese slices and crackers. I'd wash my hands 5 times during the making of it, because I just am I have an absolute need to do so. Also, I feel like I'm unclean. I feel like I'm a barbarian, a disgusting person. Sorry, I just need to keep you on your toes. I just like to make sure you're paying attention, or else you might become complacent. You might become a little bit of a little rat, a little bit of a tiny little bit of a rat king. So we're going to be cutting this bacon right here. Again, not that hard, just slicing and dicing, as they say. These don't gotta be real fine, they don't gotta be real precise, they just gotta be, big enough that you can fit them in your mouth and still taste them. So we're just going to be going kind of rough right here. And then we're going to put these on we're going to render the fat out, and again get a nice bacon grease going. So we're going to be putting this on a medium heat, and just putting it in, no oil, no nothing, just it's its own oil. And we're going to be seeing how it goes. and then we will get to the rest of our soup. Now, unfortunately, again, as I said before, we do not have our normal ingredients of spicy sesame oil that we would normally be using in the soup, but I've been informed that there is hot sauce here, so we'll be using the hot sauce instead. So I'm just going to pin this in there, and then we will turn that on, and we will get to the main selection. Gotta wash my hands again. As I said before, I'm insane. And this is what it's like when you live on the edge. The spices are in here, I believe. I'm going to see if they have red pepper flakes right now. I don't know if they would. They probably would not. But I might as well check to see. Paprika, parsley, it does not look like they do, in fact, have that. Unfortunately, we will have to survive with just some sort of, I don't know, hot thing. I'm trying to think about what I would put in. Put in paprika, maybe, or something. I don't even really know, to be honest with you. Oh, ground pepper, we need that. Powder. Vanilla extract, it's gonna go great in our fucking peanut butter ramen. Oh, is this cayenne? Is this cayenne?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's what we're doing. Salt? We have salt?
Well,
we don't need salt right now. I'm gonna do, like an absolute fool, I did not put this on to cook. That's number one. What you gotta do is, what you have to understand is that bacon takes a long time as we're rendering out the fat. We don't want to like do all of our soup and then do the bacon. We kind of do the bacon first.
Which one is that?
This is that one.
Just checking that it's actually lit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on medium. Right there, and I need a spoon so I can move around and so it's not all in one big pile. You know, you gotta separate your bacon. I know some people like to like not touch their bacon and like their meats and like sort of like it's a steak or something. But I like to move around all my bacon so I just get like dispersed and all the grease just like I'm just coaxing out the grease. So we're just gonna let this render out, and you're gonna see some sparks fly literally as the house burns down. So now we're gonna be making enough for this. So we don't have top ramen. We don't have like you know the brand that you're thinking of. We have this like weird, bizarre European blue packaging stuff we're gonna be using. Really scared about it honestly, and it's going to turn out strange. So we're just gonna be dumping this in there. You know, the same way you'll be doing anything. And now, you may be used to putting in the seasoning in at the end, like, you know, you boil ramen and then you put this in. But, like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just put this in right away? Because, you know, it's going to be cooking with the ramen, they're going to be imbuing it with the flavoring packet. Yeah, blew your mind, you just didn't I? You're just following instructions like a sheep? Yeah, kill yourself. That's extremely loud, by the way. And, it's going to be even louder when, you scream to death as I strangle you. This is going to be a lot, as again, I'm making this for two. I started out my career as a ramen eater, just casually eating two of them because I was a fat man, as I still am today, but even now, even just one is too filling for me, because as we'll get to it later, the peanut butter that we get emulsifies, and it becomes so like hearty of a dish, that's like, you don't even need anything else other than the peanut butter, and you'll be good. And you'll be completely full by the end. This can be extremely filling, ooh, like stew almost. Yeah, our bacon's sizzling right over here. We're going to give this a little bit of a touch with the... Again, I just like to mess around with it as it goes on, as it begins to cook. Yes. And so we're going to be putting some water in this. Yeah, we're going to be filling up with some water. Just barely not have it. We're just in sort of a wide pan. We're going to be getting our... What we want to get is, because the peanut butter will be, again, making a sort of, make it really thick. You want to have a little bit more water than you usually put in, because if you're making just normal top ramen, you know, you would just make it so it just barely doesn't cover it up, because you want that to be sort of like a goopy little mess, or at least I do. But for something like this, because the peanut butter is going to make it really thick, you want to put a little bit more than it, because then it's going to whittle it down more. So we're going to put a little bit of ground cayenne in. I've never done anything like this before. I have no idea how this is going to taste, but you know, we're just going to do it. Because, like, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is, like, it doesn't taste very good, and you throw it away, but who cares about that? We're going to mix this together, and we're going to put this on high heat. And just make top ramen the way you would any other top ramen. Just let it boil and it will start percolating. I'll get another thing for this. And we will mess around with this, and we will poke it around, and we will have a jolly good old nice time. You may be thinking, where does the peanut butter come in? Well, the peanut butter only comes in when it's boiling, because if we just put it in right now, I mean, theoretically, it would emulsify eventually. But we just want this to develop its own set of flavors, and then we'll add in the peanut butter afterwards. So this is already like a developed, like petri dish situation. So while we're focused on that, we just gotta wait. I mean, at this point, it's just waiting for this bacon to develop its grease. It's not really doing grease. I don't know what's wrong with the bacon here. I don't know what's going on. There's a little bit grease, as you can see, but not as much as normal bacon. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I don't know if you have some sort of like grain deficiency that makes your bacon different, but that's fine. We'll work with what we're given. The pans here develop so much heat. Jesus Christ. Like, I would put my hand over this, I'm gonna die. It looks really good though, doesn't it? And so after this, we're going to be, shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers. We forgot to put in our scallions. Don't worry though, it doesn't make that big of a difference. We'll put them in now. So make sure you put in your scallions. Basically about 75% of them. Mostly your whites, because the whites are a little bit tougher, and so you want to break them down in the pot. So I'm going to be leaving a little bit of these scallions right now, but I'm going to put most of them in right here, and I will just make sure they get all nice up in there. Normally you'd be seeing sesame seed oil and you'd be seeing red pepper flakes, but you're not, so kill yourself. If it's not hot enough, by the time we're done, we'll probably put more cayenne pepper in. Other than that, you probably just, this is the thing. You've always got like, dirty dishes and you're like, I want to kill myself. Well, it's your own goddamn fault, because what am I doing right now? I could just be waiting over here. I just could be like checking my phone or texting. Why not put my stuff away right now? Why not put my utensils away and get a head start on cleaning up? That's why you live your life if you're a smart person, like I am. We're gonna put this, I don't even fucking know, right here, I guess?
No. Oh. In the meat area. No, that one. Right here? Yeah.
Sick. And oh, and also, because you're a chef and because you embody pure sexual energy, you can just like do stuff like this, and no one will care because you're the chef. And you know what? You've earned it. Let's check and see what our bacon's doing right now. Is there any grease? Oh, like barely. Maybe it's just warming up. Maybe it's just. Don't worry, it will taste good. We'll just have to substitute bacon grease with oil, which is not what you want to do, because you want to have the bacon grease as your oil-based thing that you heat your eggs with. Because then it's imbued with that bacon flavor. That's pure flavor there, bacon grease. Except not right there. I say over there, pointing to the United States of America, the only logical country on earth where bacon develops grease. This is like backwards say, I suppose. And see where this is just developing, just going along nicely. This is pretty uneventful, this side over here, so we're just going to check in with that later. And Tinder bacon right here. Now this is, to be fair, developing a beautiful, look at that color. Look at this color right here. That is beautiful right there. That's going to be so much flavor, and we're going to, depending on how you like your bacon, I like my bacon kind of chewy, but you have to account for it, how it works inside of the dish itself. I have brain damage now, and I am retarded, and you're actually cooking with a retard. The only show on the internet where you can cook with a retard. and so, this is, okay, we're starting to get a little bit of grease right here. We're just going to basically supplement that with, like, oil and stuff. Here's a tip. Here's the stuff that I learned I was just scouring YouTube with, for, like, carbonara recipes, but I love carbonara. And the guy developed a sick thing. Usually I would be using it right now, but I can't use it because it's not really relevant. But if you have bacon, you're making bacon, and then it gets the grease and it's all percolating up in the grease, do this. This is like a so all the grease pours onto this side, so it's still cooking up here, but it's like not like just like resting in its grease. Usually you would do this after it's more cooked. I'm just demonstrating. You wouldn't do it at this point. But once it's getting to the point where it's like almost basically done, to keep the crispiness but a little bit of chewiness, you would just like do that so the oil is down there instead of here. We'll be using a sort of similar thing, but like the reverse, where we dip it over here, and we're gonna be. You'll see. I have a very particular way I use my eggs brought to you by someone who I don't remember the name of, but they're on YouTube too. Link in the description. By link in the description, go underneath the description, and then some of the comments will be saying, here it is, I've linked it to you, fuck you much, I hate you. So look for that comment, and you'll actually be able to see who came up with the idea. But I'm copying it because I'm a sheep, but also I'm a chef, so I'm better than you are. So, we've almost done with these. These are not very... The flames are on, so they're going. They usually would be like percolating a little bit right now. They're getting soft. You can see reaction right there. They're staying out. They're staying out. I won't bother. I won't bother. These are getting a little bit close to being done. There's still a little bit of like sort of developed a little bit unevenly. They should be fine relatively soon. And I mean, this part of the recipe is just wait. Just wait for it to be done. I'm checking to see the grease levels right now. Not enough to make an egg, but enough to get a little bit of egg flavor into the egg at the very least. As I was saying earlier, before I was interrupted by God himself screaming at me, you gotta put your stuff away. I'm gonna put in this. I mean, I don't even have a use for this. I don't even know what to do with this. We put this...
Second one.
Second one. That will be good in a stew or something. I don't even know. And here we are. Wow, cooking is so cool. Wow, I'm having so much fun. Alright, these guys are done. These guys are fucking done. So, I'm doing this, the technique I just said, but not as a more of a practical reason, because I want to get all the grease off, because I don't want to just put straight grease in there. It's fine that this isn't percolating when I put these in, because they're already really hot. They basically won't. I just burnt myself. Haha, that doesn't really matter though. That's not really relevant to you, viewer, which is the only person that I care about in the entire world. And there's a little crispness in there. And we're going to be doing that the whole time. Just make sure you don't get as, try and remove as much grease as possible as you're putting it in, because you don't want greasy little bacon in your little thingy. Do you? No, you don't. Look at the color on that one specifically. Like the little burnt little engine. And this looks so good. Usually I would have a bigger spoon if this wouldn't take this long. But you know what, for the viewers, I do everything I do for you viewers. You know what? I would kill a man for you viewers. I care about you more than my actual real life loved one. I care about you more than my friends, my family, my dog, and my cat. Literally anyone in my life. I would do anything for you viewers. Literally anything. Twitch.tv, you know how the entire economy is built upon people just doing whatever they can for attention, and whatever they can for, look at the smoke developing on this. This is like scary and a little bit crazy. Now, I like a lot of oil for my eggs, and you may be thinking to yourself, butter, in which I respond to you, retard, because I want my eggs to actually taste crispy. I want them to actually, be like a fried fucking egg, and not just be like a facsimile and such. So I'm going to put even just a little bit more in. I'm a maniac, as you might be able to tell, I'm a maniac. I'm going to slip the lid back on this. I'm going to get an egg, and we're going to cook it, and you're going to see what it's like. You're going to see what it's like on my side of the woods. You're going to see what it's like living the hard knock life that I do. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir right here, just to see how it's like. Once it starts boiling, then we'll add the peanut butter, which is right there. I didn't show it to you earlier, but it's right there. And look at this. Even right now, even just this, 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 even just that. That's going to be a whole lot more in just a few seconds. Oh, well, the yolk of this is totally broken. Surely broken. Actually not. Hey, can you give me a spatula, please? Alright, so as you can see, it doesn't take that long to cook. And there you got a fried egg. Literally, instantly. Literally, instantly. Literally, instantly. Completely cooked. Completely delicious. Completely crispy. Look at the ends of that. Literally less than like 10 seconds in the pan. Completely cooked with a beautiful brownie on it. With a beautiful, beautiful brownie on it. Are you joking me? Are you joking me right? Are you joking me? Joking me right now? Are you joking me? No, I'm not. By the way, that, yeah, right, the eggs roasted. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna explain what I'm doing right now. That's fine though. I like totally fucked this one up. That's how you make eggs. You know, you make eggs by not making eggs. You make eggs by like ruining your egg's life. Listen, I make no claims to be an expert. I make no claims to be a god. I only make claims to be a man, which is what I am. And you know, men make mistakes. And you know what? Men aren't perfect. And you know what? Men are not meant to be perfect. They're, you know, if everything went went according to plan, then there would be no struggle. Then there would be no joy in life. And there would be no opposition. And there would be no, you wouldn't truly know what being happy was. Because then you would just be, you know, it would just all be nothing to you. And it would all just be completely nothing. I'm feeling like a mess right now. But yeah, that's fine. Because again, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be sad. You know, it's okay to be. It's okay. You know, suffering in the world is good because you know, when people suffer, then you know, it's good. Yeah, I like it when people are upset. I love having my mom pay for my groceries, and I love being taken care of for. And you know, when I get a paper cut, I like it because that's it. You know, I'm really living my life. Alright, listen, I know there's ways to cut eggs that are like normal and good and like good. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so bad at everything. Why am I so bad at everything? Why am I so stupid? Why am I the worst person to ever exist? I can't cook eggs for shit. This is so stupid. This is going right in the bin. This can't go right in the bin. You know what? This isn't even going inside the eggs. Actually, it is, because the whites of the eggs are still really good. There. It's good. I like it. Yeah, well, just eat around the gross, disgusting cooked yolk parts, because that sucks, and I won't lie. But you know what? Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. You don't get to see the rest. You know what? You're laughing at me. You're making fun of me. You're making fucking jokes and accidents. No, I don't like it. I don't like to see it. Listen, I know the way is you take the egg and then you like tap it on the counter and then you open it. But like this motion, like I have no idea how to do that. I just haven't figured it out, okay? I haven't had time. It usually works. Because you just have to trust me. You just have to trust me that it usually works when I'm cooking eggs. And it's usually a fine ordeal. I think the yolk broke. No, it didn't. A perfect egg. 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 And you know what we do with perfect eggs? You know what we do with perfect pursuits? This is what your brain's about to look like in 3 fucking seconds if you don't comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Don't make a mistake. You know what we do to perfect eggs? You add peanut butter to them. I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna add some delicious peanut butter. I love peanut butter so much. Sorry, that was on purpose. I just got really eager for a second. let me have a little bit of a toaster strudel and one glass of wine, please, and one big tumor for my sister. I hope she dies. Fuck. And we're gonna be putting a lot of this stuff in. We're gonna be putting a lot in. We're gonna be putting a lot. 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 We're gonna drop this right in and watch the color. Notice, like, pause the screen, look at the color, like, get the hexadecimal values, get the values, get the values, get the values, and then watch them, and then watch them, and then watch them, and then watch them, and then watch, and then just watch. Look at this. You can see it become just instantly dissolved. You can see it become so fucking instantly just like incorporated. You can see it become so, oh my god, delicious. Just so sick and fucking succulent and so good. Listen, guys, I'm a god, and I'm a god, and I'm a god, and I'm a god, and I'm a god. I get fucking thanks. Get more. Why not? Why not? Why not more? Why not more, Charlie? Why not more, Vixen? Why not more Comet and Cupid and Dancer and Vixen? Why not get every pony out here to see what I've done? Santa Claus is like one of those people, it's like, he's like is a virtue signaler. Santa Claus is a virtue signaler because whenever he gives gifts, he's not doing it just like out the connections, right? He's doing it like, oh my god, the reindeers, they're gonna be so like, oh my god, I love Santa Claus. And you know what? They do love Santa Claus. Because he's just not, because he's it's all a show. It's all fake. It all sucks. This sucks probably. This probably doesn't even taste very good. I'm out of my element. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am. I woke up today, and I fell down a giant pit, and I woke up, and there's a talking flower, and he told me that he hates me and that I should die, and I said, no, you. And I met a lady who I think is attractive. Hold up. The chicken flavor is very strong in this. Like there's some here's some unemulsified peanut butter. Don't worry though, that'll be incorporated in just a second. I'm just gonna wave it around. Wave it around. The Aldi brand top ramen flavoring. I'm gonna put this a little bit back on actually, because I want some of the heat to return some of the flame, so we'll help emulsify. It just sort of like immediately stopped cooking, or immediately stopped being like boiling as soon as I took it off. So we're just gonna put this on back on just so a little bit. The eggs are probably boiled right now. There's probably not like a single egg yolk that's actually intangibly. This is like a poached egg right here. This is literally just a poached egg right now. This is literally just like, look at this. That's like disgusting. This is literally disgusting right now. This is like the grossest thing that anyone's ever done. Is this right here. But the egg whites would still be good. I'm just going to take this over to the bin right here.
That's fine. Leave it in. I'll eat it.
You'll eat this?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. You're a freak. Egg whites are gross. I'm going to put a little bit more ground pepper in this. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt on this because I should have put them on the eggs as they were cooking, but it happened like really fast. Usually it takes like a second for them to cook, but this took like no seconds for them to cook, which was really cool, but also scary. It also made me cry. It's not like it's some salt over here.
There's some salt here.
Oh, there's salt over here?
Yeah.
I thought that was sugar. These are so big pebbles of salt. These are huge. We're good. We're good. All this stuff is. Let's see. I'm gonna. You just taste like top ramen because it doesn't have any like I don't know why it's not. Hold on. We need way more. We need way more. I don't know why there's no like. I'm gonna die. But besides that, there's like the peanut butter has no flavor, and the top ramen has all flavor humans have ever known inside of it. Like the peanut butter flavor is like nothing. As well as it doesn't help that we don't have any sesame seed oil, because the sesame seed oil would have been great in the cooking process. This is good though. Oh my god, look at that's so creamy right now. It's so creamy. Might have been a little bit too watery, but you know what? This is you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. Look at this. Oh, the color. All right, here's the color. Usually it's more like brown. So I'm gonna blame the entirety of the problem on everyone else but me. How about that? How about that? You know what? I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. You know what? If you ever mess up something, just like, oh, it's like the game, like the controller's broken, or like my brain's broken. I think that one's probably more true. I think my brain might be broken. I think there might be something wrong with me internally, and not just for this, just like in my soul. I think there might be something wrong with me for being on the internet, or being like an internet producer, or even just like thinking the things that I do. I think there might be something that I should get fixed at some sort of like 1800s like a lab. Like, you know, like before modern medicine, they would just hook you up to like a chair and stick like needles and like you know, weird like metallic devices inside of you, and you would just your brain would be fucked forever. And I think that's what needs to happen to me for the good of society, the good of mankind. Yeah, it's good. Not really hot. Usually supposed to be hotter. Red pepper flakes would have made this way better. As would of the yolks. These yolks are good. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this in. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of all the things in actually. Yeah, being hot's sort of nice in this dish specifically. Not just in general, though I do think it is good in general. But it's good in this because it just sort of helps. I don't know. It just feels like it goes. It's natural with the peanut butter sensation. It's a nice sort of pleasant little heat. This should be plenty hot though, and this should be plenty good. Just pick out the fucking gross, disgusting yolks. Also, if you're at home, you can make it better because if you know how to cook. Oh, here's some underdeveloped peanut butter right here. This is good though. Like it doesn't have like I kind of like it when I get like a little bit of a because usually it's like a little bit like a crunchy sensation almost because it's cooked a little bit. We can just develop this more and just put it right in. I like it when there's like a little bit of peanut butter, which is thick. It's thick just the way I like my linen. This is good actually. This tastes good actually. This tastes good. And we have one more ingredient. Forgot about it. Over here, we have the scallions. And so you may have thought to yourself during like the past 5 minutes, like, oh, Munchy, what a fake fan. What a moron. And yet, what I have here is delicious because cooking is an active participation. You know, things might be going south. As long as you can bring it back together, as long as you can make the best of a bad situation, you can bring back anything from the brink. And I brought back like the broken egg yolks. I brought back everything. I brought back the no bacon grease, which I was anticipating for. I brought back everything to make a delicious, if not perfect, dish. And so, don't even look at that. That's disgusting. But look at, I'm just gonna cover that right up right now. Also that up, because this is right here. Also what you can do is when you're cooking is you can figure out what went wrong. So with this specifically, like I know that it's boiled on there, but also I probably shouldn't have put it in so quick when it was still boiling. I should have just put it off to the side, let it cool off, and then after it was all done, I put it on top of it, and then I break the yolk. I shouldn't have put the yolk in like face down like, on the boiling water, because obviously that would develop it. This is disgusting, but it doesn't matter because this is delicious. And I'm a god, just a little bit more because I like salt. And voila, episode 1, munching with Munchy, munchies with Munchy, munchy munchy, munchy munchy, munchy munchy.